probably the worst time of your life, where your partner, Georgina, she's pregnant with twins and is actually giving birth to these 2 babies, and your baby son doesn't survive. And I don't think I can imagine. I have 4 kids, you have a lot of children. You know, you can't imagine a worse thing to happen than to go a full term of a pregnancy, particularly for the poor mother in that case, but also for you. What was that like for you, that time in your life?
It's probably the worst moment that I passed through my life since my father died. You know, when you have a kid, that you expect that everything will be normal, and you have that problem. It's hard, you know, as human being that I am. Me and Georgina, we had quite difficult moments because we don't understand why it happened to us. Was difficult, to be honest. Was very, very difficult to understand what's going on in that period of our life. As you know, the football carry on. They are so fast, many competitions. The football don't stop. We have many competitions. And pass through in that moment was probably the most difficult moment that I had in my life. Me and my family, especially Gio, that was tough.
It's such a difficult situation again, where you're mourning the terrible loss of your little baby boy, but also celebrating the birth of your beautiful daughter.
I try to explain sometimes to my family and even my close friends. They say, I never felt to be happy and sad in the same moment.
Yes.
I never felt. It is hard to explain.
So difficult.
So difficult. You don't know if you cry or you don't know if you smile.
Yes.
Because it's something that you don't know how to react. You don't know what to do, to be honest. And of course, I remember very well that I look like, I don't know the word to define what I felt in that moment, but it's crazy feelings, it's crazy emotional. But as I told you before, I have to hold that we had at least Bella,
yes,
which is the most important. One die and one survive, but it's difficult to explain.
How did you explain it all to your other children? They must have been so confused about it.
In the beginning, Gio arriving home and the kids start to say, where's another baby, where's another baby? Of course, Cristiano, I had conversation with him in the day, and because he's 12 years old, he knows, he understands everything. And I had a nice conversation with him. We cried together in his bedroom, and he explained, and it's kind of, he didn't understand. He understand, but in the same way, he was a little bit confused. The other ones in the beginning, in the table, the kids start to say, Mom, where is the other baby, blah, blah, blah. And Gio, in the beginning, they start to say, because, you know, she had a little bit belly, because they had 2, it's hard process. And after 1 week, I say, you know, let's be frontal, let's be honest with the kids. Let's say that Angel, which is the name, they go to the heaven. It's better to say in that way.
Yeah.
And we start to use that in that way. And the kids always understand when we had shots in a table, and they say, Daddy, I did this for Angel, and they point out for the sky, which is I say and I like it the most, because you know, it's part of the lives, and I'm not gonna lie to my kids to say the truth, which was a difficult process, but in the same way I become more father, more friendly of them. They become more close to his daddy, especially me with Georgina as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, because these things, they can make or break relationships, because the grief can be so intense. It can drive couples apart, or it can bring them closer.
In my case, it was better in that way. I become more friendly of Gio. I was of course a friend, but I see more lovely for her and for my kids, and I start to see the life with a different perspective. You understand? Which is coming the point of, if you're gonna ask me for sure, the pre-season moments.
Yes.
For example, why I didn't go to the pre-season.
Yes, I'm going to come to that. Yeah.
But it was just to finish in that chapter was the most difficult moment. The last since my dad died, it was this moment that I passed through the last 6 months.
Do you feel your son is with you in spirit? Do you feel
For sure. His ashes is with me, like my daddy. They are here in
Really?
my house. Yes, yes. It's something that I want to hold for the rest of my life. I'm not thrown to the ocean or to the sea. I keep with me. They are next to my daddy. I don't know if you check. I have a small church down, and
you do?
Yes, I do.
like a little chapel?
Yes, chapel, and I keep my daddy and my son.
Do you talk to them?
Yes, I do. I talk with them every time, and that they are in my side. They are, they help me to be a better man, to be a better person, to be a better father, and it's something that I'm really, really proud that the message that they send me, especially my son.
Amazing. You had an extraordinary reaction from football fans, obviously from Manchester United, but I think you must have been just so surprised by the outpouring of not just support, but Liverpool fans sang on the 7th minute of their next game, "You'll never walk alone." The cop, the great infamous enemy of Manchester United. What did you feel when you heard that?
I never ever expect that, never. I had the opportunity now to say, all English community, thank you a lot for that that they had with me, not only Liverpool, but all England. I felt...
I was at Arsenal when you played, and on the 7th minute, the whole crowd
I received a letter from the Queen family as well.
Really?
Yes, I do. Which is his...
From the Queen herself? Or?
Yeah, family.
Yeah.
And surprised me a lot.
Offering their condolences?
Yes.
Wow.
Unbelievable. This is why I say I respect a lot the English community, English people, because they've been very kind with me, and in that difficult moment of my life was spectacular. The way they treat me and my family in that difficult moments. I should say straight to the ground and thank you to the all English community that helped me in that moment.
It's very difficult to play top level football at the best of times. It's a hard business in full public glare of millions of people watching. To have to go back and play after this must have been incredibly hard for you, even with your mental strength. How did you find that?
Difficult, very difficult to play after that, but as I always have good support from my family, and Georgina told me, go to play, go enjoy, to do what you like to do. It's gonna help for you to forget a little bit the situation. It was difficult, but in the same point, I think helps for you to, to don't thinking much about that, even to training was good. But as you know, the football going so fast, and trainings, games, even the national team, the things going so fast, you don't even have a time to settle and say what's going on, because the things going so fast. But it was good. Georgina helped me a lot to give me that possibility to say.
4 days after this terrible time in your life, United get a new manager, Erik ten Hag. Did you know much about him?
A little bit through Ajax, the job that he did for Ajax.
You end the season with 24 goals for Manchester United, including 18 in the Premier League, 6 in the Champions League. You were second in the Golden Boot for the English football. I mean, by any normal yardstick, that's an incredible performance. And yet you were still getting criticised. It was almost like, well, it's got to be your fault, even though you scored all the goals. Were you as bemused as I was that you were becoming the focal point for the criticism?
I think it's easy to point out when you want to cover other things, to point out Cristiano Ronaldo. It's easy. Everyone know that press, they wanna put me in the first page because they know they will sell more, the dressing will be different. And I'm used to live like that because, I was 37, I know and I learn many things. When you are in the down of the wave, when you are in the top of the wave, you don't realize and you don't see things that you don't see before, which is I appreciate to have bad moments to see which people is in your side, who criticize you more, because they're looking for that. They don't like to see successful people. The people only try to bring negativism. And I felt the last 4 or 5 months that not only for me, but even for my family as well, for Georgina, especially around the world, the press criticize me even more. Sometimes I don't understand why. Even Portuguese press that they criticize me a lot. I don't understand, but I still believe that the jealousy is part of that. They want to cover many things that helps to shine other things. But listen, Piers, I know I'm 21 years in the top of the game, so I know how it takes. So for me, it's not a problem. It's hard when you are a little bit down to listen to this criticism.
Do you read it all? Do you read newspapers? Do you read social media?
A good thing that I have, I don't like to read because I know 90% of the times they lie, they are garbage. The press, they are garbage. Not all of them, but most of them. They don't say the truth. And they lie, they constant lie and they constant attack me and my family. They're always negativism against my family. Why I'm gonna read? Because I know they try to make me feel bad, me and my family, which is something hard to deal. But in the end of the day, I understand, but it's really, really hard.